Khan. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, and salutes on she was out there preaching his word, sharing truth. All right, I got this article here from dailymail.com. It's entitled, Prepare for a Disease Even Deadlier Than the Vid. WHO chief warns. Okay. Let's see. Let me read this. The planet should be ready for a disease even deadlier than the vid. Okay. The head of World Health Organization warned yesterday, and this was put up May 23rd, 2023. Dr. Tedros Adhanom I don't know how to pronounce that, told the World Health Assembly Forum that the threat of another public health crisis could not be kicked down the road. He also claimed that despite the darkest days of pandemic being consigned to history, a doomsday variant with the power to send the world back to square one could still spawn. Okay. Well, Bill Gates, he's coordinated with, scientists to create a more deadlier virus. All right. He's been, putting up interviews on these different news platforms, on YouTube, TED Talks, other different ones saying there's going to be another pandemic, that's way worse than the vid. Okay. And how this correlates with prophecy is, which I'm going to grab the scripture, is that the Lord, the vid, it is a plague, and Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, uses Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, as a sword. Okay? And Esau is that red horse that took peace from the earth, So, the Lord is using Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, to destroy the earth, okay, to create all these different viruses in the lab and let them off to the public, using Esau, Edom to make their, missile capability more and more advanced. Know what Esau does, man. He rape, robs, and murder, man. That's what he does. Okay? But he was created to do that. And the Lord uses him as a sword. Let's grab that. Psalms 17. Psalms chapter 17, verse 13. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him. Cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked. And Esau's the wicked, which is thy sword. Okay? Let's read that NLT. Arise, O Lord, stand against him and bring them to their knees. Rescue me from the wicked, well, they went off with there. Supposed to be, basically is your sword, which is your sword. Okay. So you got to be careful when you're reading these different translations. They go off. Let's grab another one here. Now this goes into the creation of the nuclear missile, or bomb capabilities. The waster to destroy. Which are bombs, missiles. Shit, even the modern day gun, the projectile weapon that shoots bullets. Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I've created the smith that blows the coals in the fire. And the Lord created them scientists, man. Them Edomite scientists, man, the Temanites, which are the Germans, Edomites that call themselves Germans. Yeah. Behold, I created the smith that bloweth coals in the fire, that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. It's talking about the missiles, man. They got this movie Oppenheimer coming out. And this guy basically created, I believe it was a hydrogen bomb or atomic bomb. Okay. And over a span of 80 years, you went from, hydrogen atomic to nuclear missile, which is nuclear missile way more advanced than an atomic bomb, man. Okay, and have more of a blast radius and more damage than a bomb 80 years ago. Okay. So Esau was created to be a sword, man, of the Lord, man, to bring havoc on the planet Earth. Okay. Let's see if I can go back to here. In Geneva, Switzerland, Dr. Tedros said the threat of another variant emerging that causes new surges of disease and death remains, and the threat of another pathogen emerging with even deadlier potential remains. So, yeah. And some time, wait for another pandemic where they're going to lock this place down again. But they're going to push. They're basically going to make mandatory, they're going to come out with a juice again. They're going to make mandatory that juice. All right? You can't do nothing without that juice. Can't even go in the stores, buy anything without that juice. Well, that's not true, because in the scriptures in Revelation, that's really talking about the RFID, microchip, which is the mark. You can't go and buy anything, buy or sell anything. So like it's my mistake, but they're gonna make it harder and harder for you to live your daily life if you don't have that, their new juice that didn't come out after they bring out this new virus, and that's what's gonna be on that MOTB, the information that you took the juice, that devil's potion that's gonna try to shoot up in you. Your medical records are gonna have your financial history, credit history, your bank account information, everything about you gonna be on that MOTB. Let's go here. 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, Now the vid 3 years ago, that was a plague. Coupled with the juice they came out with, that was a plague as well. Okay. Verse 38, as when women with child in the ninth month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 years, 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains, compassion womb. So when a woman's about to have a baby, those contractions intensifies and becomes more and more painful until the baby is born. Okay, same scenario with these plagues. Now, vid was a plague. You know, that juice coupled with the vid was a plague, and people still dropping dead of it right to this day. The new virus is gonna come out with this guy's warning you, Bill Gates warning you. Okay, and that's gonna be more deadlier than the vid before 3 years ago. Okay, so that's an example of birth pains, contractions becoming more intensified till the baby is born. And what event is that going to be when the child is born? Basically, the destruction of America, thermonuclear missiles. Okay, coupled with Yahushua coming back, with this band of angels, lasering people up, man, turning people into powder. Okay, so that's when that child is coming out, man. But until then, the world's gonna be experiencing these plagues, which correlates to contractions, birth pains. Okay. So let me read that. Start at the top, 38. As when a woman with child in the ninth month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. Which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon earth. Okay? Which Yahweh Shem Yahushua is using a so-called white man to bring forth these plagues. Okay? And also it's going to be plagues that Esau ain't got nothing to do with. It's just going to be strictly from Yahweh Shem Yahushua giving orders to the angels to create these plagues. Hey, Leviathan's supposed to make a return. Okay? That's a plague. And Esau ain't got nothing to do with that. And the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Okay? That's it. So, close her out right here. It was edifying. Shalom.